still have people. Okay. Okay. Please join me in Gasho. Naman Nobs, Naman Nobs, Naman Nobs, Naman Nobs, Naman Nobs. So good morning, everyone. 皆さんおはようございます。Welcome to our Gotanye Service. 本日はGotanye法要に皆さんようこそお参りしていただきました。Welcome to all those who are here in person, as well as to those on Zoom. ここに、直接参加された方と、もちろん Zoom の皆様にも、ようこそお参りしていただきました。This past Thursday night, after we finished our meditation session here, I sent out invitations, and I guess I must have been a little dozy from the meditation because I sent it out as a regular Sunday invitation. And the following morning, Tomoko-san emailed me saying, "Isn't it Gotanye this weekend?" And I said, "Oh yeah!" So I quickly sent out another invitation. So it is indeed our Gotanye service. Initially, we had actually planned it for next week, but unfortunately, I'm away at Manning Park Retreat next weekend, so we moved it up to this weekend. So even though it conflicts with Mother's Day, thank you for joining today. And let me wish all mothers out there happy Mother's Day, and I hope that you'll be able to enjoy the day. Suddenly turned into summer over here, so it's summer like Mother's Day. 本日の豪誕法要は、母の日と重なってしまいましたが、まず最初に、お母様の皆様におめでとうございますと、伝えます。それではまず最初に、本日の豪誕法要を黙想とお念仏で始めたいと思います。So we will begin our service this morning with Mokso or quiet sitting meditation, followed by the recitation of the name of the Buddha or Shomyo. Nomandobs, 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 nomandobs. Next, we will have the recitation of the homage and Tisarana, which you'll find on page 11 of the Purple Satan for those of you who are here today. And I will bring it up on the screen for those at home. No. There is one little change for those of you who are here. In the third sentence in the middle stanza, we don't say brotherhood anymore. We say in the spirit of oneness instead of brotherhood, trying to be more politically correct, I guess. Yeah. So homages, kikyomo. Hard it is to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Difficult it is to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear them. If we do not gain emancipation in this present life, how may we be free from sorrow in the ocean of births and deaths? Let us take refuge in the three treasures. We go to the Buddha for guidance. May we always walk in the way that leads to enlightenment. Everyone? We go to the Buddha for guidance. May we always walk in the way that leads to enlightenment. We go to the Dharma for guidance. May we be submerged in the depth of the teachings and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. Everyone? We go to the Dharma for guidance. May we be submerged in the depth of the teachings and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. We go to the Sangha for guidance. May we all with one accord live the life of harmony in the spirit of oneness, free from the bondage of selfishness. Everyone? We go to the Sangha for guidance. May we all with one accord live the life of harmony in the spirit of oneness, free from the bondage of selfishness. Even through myriads of kalpas, hard it is to hear such excellent and profound teachings. Now we are able to hear and receive them. Let us try to understand the Tathagata's teachings. We'll now read this also in Japanese. 日本語で3期問をいただきたいと思います。紫の聖典だったら10ページ目になっています。It's on the screen for those who do read Japanese. 帰教問。人参受けがたし、今すでに行く。仏法聞きがたし、今すでに聞く。好み根性に向かってどせずんば。さらにいずれの章に向かってか好みをどせん。大衆もろともに指針に参謀に帰依し立てまするべし。自ら仏に帰依し立てまする。まさに願わくは主情とともに大道を体現して無常意を起こさん。自ら法に帰依し立てまする。まさに願わくは主情とともに深く共造に入りて知恵海のごとくならん。自ら僧に帰依し立てまする。まさに願わくは主情とともに大衆を通りして一切無下ならん。無常人人未明の方は百千万語にも愛用ことかたし。我今検問し授事することを得たり、願わくは如来の真実義を下し立てますらん。ナマンダブス、ナマンダブス、ナマンダブス。それでは引き続き三部条。三部条はこの紫の聖典だと89ページになっています。そしてその後に昇進下行符をいただきたいと思います。昇進下は17ページになっています。So we're going to be continuing with the sutra chanting. We're going to start off with the Sambujo, followed by the recitation of the Shoshinge, and I'll bring it up on the screen for those who are at home. Namandabs, 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 namandabs. Namandabs. 氷脈敬って大慈大悲の阿弥陀如来の尊厳に申し上げます。本日ここにスティーブストン仏教会本堂においてうやうやしく尊厳を称言し、三州の人々と共に年頃に商業を独自して2023年度のご誕栄法要を言収いたします。謹んで思いますに、宗祖親鸞上人は90年の生涯を通じて真実の見教えを明らかにされ、すべてのものが救われる道をお示しになりました。親鸞上人のご誕生からすでに850年の歳月を経ています。今、私たちが愛がたい本願念仏の見教えに遭い、阿弥陀如来のご慈悲に包まれて、往生成仏の道を歩む身となったことは、これひとえに上人のご苦労によるものであります。ここに2023年のご誕栄法要にあたり、上人のお徳をたたえ、そのご恩に思いをいたしつつ、浄土真宗の見教えを深く受け止め、 混迷の時代を導く灯火としてより一層広く伝わるよう努めたいと思います。ここにスティーブストン仏教会駐在開教師釈真剣謹んで申し上げます。Adoration. Today, in front of the statue of Amida Buddha, the symbol of great compassion and wisdom, I respectfully proclaim the following adoration. We, the congregation of the Stevenston Buddhist Temple, have gathered in the Hondo for the 2023 Gotanye Service, commemorating the birth of the founder of Jodo Shinshu, Shinran Shonin. Humbly reflecting on Shinran Shonin, he was born in the southern region of Kyoto in the Hino district on May 21st, 1173, and spent a life of 90 years clarifying the true teaching of Amida Buddha. Through his efforts, he was able to forge a path for all beings to be liberated from their suffering and enter the realm of nirvana. Since his birth, 850 years have gone by. That we are able to encounter the Nembutsu of the primal vow and follow the Pure Land path as set forth by Shinran Shonin is truly a testimony to Shinran and to all the followers since, who have enabled the teachings to be passed down from generation to generation. For the 2023 Gotanye Service, we honor the life of Shinran Shonin by receiving the teachings of Jodo Shinshu Buddhism and keeping the Buddha Dharma as our foundation for giving us stability in this world of ignorance and turmoil. May we take this opportunity to rededicate our lives to creating a society of harmony and work towards true peace throughout the world. Humbly and respectfully, Shaku Shinken, Resident Minister, Stevenston Buddhist Temple. 그지 근조가이 오신여라이 녀지스강 너의 진행기 아이시 의담언어 그네하 먼저 갸그호사예뉴 녀시신유가이지미 세슈신거저저거 이노스의 함무명와 돈나이신서시엄무 저부신지스신지네 인연이거음무 음무시계묘무하 야그신갱교다이교기 소구오조세즈고와그슈 이사이세마그범분이 모신요라이그세가 무스건고다이쇼계샤 제니묘운다리게미다부즈옹가넨벗 자겐교만나그슈조 신여주지지니나 난주시나무가시 인도사이대시렁에 주가지지기시고서 겐다이조고세조이 묘녀라요세요기 샤가뇨라이료가세 이슈고며 난덴직 유주다이지슈도세 시스노사야 우무게 센세스다이조무조 쇼강기지쇼안락 겐지낭여로그로그 식여이여시도락 오그레미다 부즈옹아 진에서 그진 유이스조 유이노조쇼녀라이고 오다이그세요 텐지모사스소로세스 기묘무게 고녀라이 에슈다라겐신지스 고세모조다이세가 고영간이기에고 이독은 조조이시 긴유그도그다요가 이즈야근유다예슈슈 도그실행에서세가 即所信用所持有無の人間実入所持本自を下本師と難量天使上皇乱生菩薩来三蔵如是十上教凡上宣教喜楽を天神菩薩論中下報道因果見性がおげんでこゆたり少女しゆいしんじ惑前門部信心門生じ生じ即年派一心無量光明道小宇宙上外受け同社結晶道難所唯妙浄土活入万千自力円言宗円満徳語感染症三部三神下音語増末法滅道義一生増悪自具性死安如外上妙が全道の具名仏性よ逆悪公明明語権にね海に本が大地海行者小樹今後心教義一年総合よい大道逆三に即上昇至上楽原神公開一大言縁起安女開祭先祖しうし安全寺法家にの正面に極自悪に唯小仏が薬剤摂取治癒 大無限上世が本次元具妙無限連未然幕凡無人新種形称号変死戦弱音楽具悪性現来生じ理念芸芸事義女理生死欲に有弱情無意楽一心人いのに無行大事主子と詳細無変極上悪同族自主具のし唯か心しこそせナモアミナムナモアミナムナモアミナムナモアミナムナモアミナムナモアミナムナミダ成仏のこの方は今に自業を得たまえり方針の降臨際もなくせのも妙を照らすなりナモアミダムナモアミダムナモアミダムナモアミダムナ知恵の光明明かりなし不良の所相ことごとくこうけうかむらぬものはな し真実妙に奇妙せよ。ナモアミナムナモアミナムナモアミナムナモアミナムナモアミナムナモアミナムナモアミナムナモアミナムナモアミナムナモアミナムナ下脱の五輪きわもなし高速がむるものはみなむを離ると述べたも平等覚に奇妙せよ。ナモアミナムナモアミナムナモアミナムナモアミナムナ一切の右に触りなし光沢がむらぬものぞなき汝義よ奇妙せよ。ナモアミナムナモアミナムナモアミナムナモアミナムナモアミナムナモアミナムナモアミナムナモアミナムナモアミナムナモアミナムナ少女名並びなし牛語のゆえなればい 一切のごけも除こりぬ非教へを奇妙せよ。ナモアミダムナモアミダムナモアミダムナモアミダムナ
無効性へ最大地
公園の無の名付けたり三途の国安開くなり大用具を奇妙せよ。願にしぐのぐ平等性一切どうずもない心往生安だろう。ナマナプスナマナプスナマナプスナマナプスナマナプスナマナ。Once again, good morning, everyone. I'm just going to say a few words quickly in Japanese and then English afterwards. まず日本語で一言、お話をさせていただき、そしてその後に英語でお話しさせていただきたいと思います。本日はこの豪丹園、並びにですね、実は今回の豪丹園というのは特別であり、850年の誕生を祝うですね、1173年に、京都の南の日野というところで親鸞聖人が誕生されたので、それで、850年のお祝い、そしてまた立宗教会だったかな、浄土真宗のですね、御教えが始めてから800年ということで、ちょうど今ですね、西本願寺の方でも盛大に、計算法要を行っています。で、この、親鸞聖人のですね、一生涯を考えてみますと、1173年に誕生してから、まず9歳の時に出家されたと言われているんですね。で、この親鸞聖人が出家された理由については様々な説がございます。中には両親ともに亡くなって出家しなければならなかったっていう説もあれば、お母様が亡くなったけどお父様は残って、でも、 親鸞上人の家族の、男性のすべてが、兄弟もお父さんも一緒に同じ時に出家されたっていう説もあるわけなんですね。で、9歳の時に、聖蓮院というお寺、京都の東山にある聖蓮院というお寺で、寺院箇所という、天台宗の、僧侶の下で出家されたと。そして、約20年の間、比叡山の方で、天台宗の僧として修行されたっていうんですね。で、これは、親鸞上人が亡くなった後に、奥様の、絵真尼様が、末娘の覚真尼様に書かれた手紙の中からですね、親鸞上人が、比叡山で修行された間は、同僧、修行僧であったっていうことを書かれているわけなんですね。で、29歳の時に親鸞上人は、この天台宗の修行を励んでもなかなか悟りが得られないということで、山から降りてですね、100日の間、六角堂というお寺にこもって、これから先自分はどう進めるべきかということをずっと瞑想するわけなんですね。そして96日の朝方に親鸞上人が観音菩薩が聖徳太子の姿となって親鸞上人の元に来て、法然上人を訪ねなさいと言われるわけなんです。そして親鸞上人が今度法然上人がお念仏の見教えを誰にでも教えてるとこに行って法然上人の元へ行ってお念仏の見教えを聞くわけなんですね。そしてそこでやはりこの法然の弟子になりずっとこの一生それからこの浄土教の教えに進むわけなんですね。そして29歳に法然上人の元へ行って6年経ってですね、今度念仏の見教えそのものが多宗派の仏教の多宗派の方からいろいろ弾圧を受けてですね、しまいには、国の方からも、この念仏が禁止になるわけなんです。で、その時に、いろいろ事件があるわけなんですけど、そこは、今日、詳しくは話しませんが、35歳の時に、法然上人は四国の方に流罪される。で、親鸞上人は北の越後の方に、流罪されるわけなんですね。そして、そこにまた、3、4年間過ごすわけなんです。そしてそこで、絵真尼様と、結婚して、そして39歳の時に今度その流罪が解放されるわけですね。京都に戻ることもできたんですけど、逆にですね、親鸞上人は絵真尼様と一緒に関東の方まで行くわけなんですね。東京のちょっと北に稲葉というところまで行くわけなんです。で、そこにですね、約20年間ぐらい過ごすんですよ。で、この関東にいる間にですね、いろいろ親鸞上人がこの浄土真宗の見教えを広げるわけなんです。その一般の方に。そして大体言われているのは53歳の頃にこの親鸞上人の要の、教義で、県浄土真実教行書門類、長い名前ですけど、教行真書という書物をですね、書き始めるわけなんです。で、大体20年にわたって書いたり、それまた修正したり、何遍も書き直すわけなんですが、大体親鸞上人が53歳の頃に書き始めたということで、浄土真宗の見教えが、その、親鸞が大体50歳の頃から始まったんではないかということで、また、今回の本願寺では 850年の誕生と、そしてまた教えが始めてから800年経っているということになっているわけですね。で、その中の書物、その教行信証の中に、この今日いただいた昇進下っていうのが書かれているわけなんですね。そしてそのお昇進下の一番最初の2行を見ますとですね、奇妙無量寿如来、南無不可思議行で始まるわけですね。奇妙無量寿如来というのは、計り知れない命の仏様に自分は奇妙する。奇妙というのは消えっていう意味なんですね。で、南無不可思議行というのは、計り知れない光の仏様に、で、南無も消えという意味がありますので、要はですね、これは、光と命の仏様に私は帰依しますって親鸞聖人が自ら歌っているわけなんですね。で、これをもう一つ、言い返すと、これはですね、南無阿弥陀仏なんですよ。南無阿弥陀仏も同じなんですね。命と、光の仏様に私たちが帰依します。ですから、親鸞聖人のこの昇進下の始まりも、南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏と考えてもよろしいわけですね。そういう親鸞聖人の見教えを私たちがいただいてですね、今日までこのお念仏っていうことが私のもとに届けさせていただき、そして私たちも合唱の姿の中に奇妙無量寿如来、南無不可思議行、南無阿弥陀仏と唱えさせていただいているわけでございます。ちょっと長くなりましたが、今日の豪丹への説明をさせていただきました。最後に皆様と一緒に合唱して日本語の法話を返させていただきたいと思います。南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏。For those of you who were falling asleep, you can wake up now. And I apologize. I say I'm going to talk very shortly, but it's something I just keep on going on, it seems. Today we've gathered here for this Gotanye service. The Gotanye service is a service commemorating, of course, the birth of the founder of Jodo Shinshu, Shinran Shonin. And it was said that he was born in the southern tip of Kyoto, in a district called Hino, in 1173. And in fact, there is a temple there that you can go and visit where it's said that Shinran Shonin was born. And it's quite interesting if you go there. They have this little courtyard. And inside that courtyard, on one side, there's a little stone basin where they said he was bathed. And on the other side of the courtyard, there's this rock, this stone. It's sort of like a monument. It looks like a headstone, actually. But it's said that Shinran Shonin's umbilical cord is placed underneath. The Japanese have something to do with umbilical cords. They really like to hold on to the umbilical cords for some reason. But anyways, so he was born in 1173. And so this year actually marks the 850th anniversary since his birth. And also, in conjunction with that, it's said that when Shinran was around 50 years old, that's when the Jodo Shinshu teachings really started. So this year in Honganji, in fact, right now, presently, at the Honganji, they're having major services. The 850th birthday celebration in conjunction with the 800th commemoration of the beginning of Jodo Shinshu. So there were 36, something like that, members from Canada, I think some number like that. For the World Buddhist Women's Federation is holding their convention in Kyoto. And so there were 36 delegates from Canada that went. And as part of that, they've they're also attending the services there at the Honganji. So when we look at Shinnan's life, as I was saying in Japanese, Shinnan was said to have entered into the monastery at a very tender age of 9 years old. And there's a couple of explanations for it. One explanation is said that both his parents passed away, and therefore he entered the monastery. Another explanation said that his mother passed away, but his father was still alive. And there's record that Shinnan, along with his siblings and his father too, they all entered the monkhood at the same time. And one might ask why they would do that. And it was said, so one of the things that happened during the time of Shinnan's life was there was a lot of wars going on between warlords. And when one house beats another house, what they often did was they got rid of all the males and all the offsprings because they didn't want to have revenge later on. So, of course, one way of doing that is you kill all the males from that lineage. But in reality, what often happened was the males from a particular lineage, not all of them would be killed, but many of them actually entered the monkhood as a way of, once you enter the monkhood, you've gone out of this worldly world. So that was another way that they persecuted individuals. So Shinnan, anyways, he entered the monkhood at the age of 9, and he spent 20 years practicing on a place called Mount Hie, which is northeast of Kyoto. And there he practiced what we call Tendai Buddhism. And he practiced really hard for 20 years. But despite his effort, he was unable to attain enlightenment. And being distraught with himself, at the age of 29, it said that Shinnan left the monastery, came down to a place called Rokkakudo, located sort of in central Kyoto. This temple, Rokkakudo, was built by Shotoku Taishi, Prince Shotoku. His scroll is beside Shinnan here. And it was built about 500 years before Shinnan was born. But this temple meant a lot to Shinnan Shonin, and the main figure in there is Bodhisattva, Kannon Bodhisattva. And so Shinnan went there for 100 days, did a retreat for 100 days to figure out what he was going to do from here on. And it was there that it said on the morning of the 95th day that he has a vision of this Kannon Bodhisattva coming to him as Prince Shotoku. And he's given some scrolls that tell him he should go and visit a person by the name of Honen Shonin, who is teaching what we call the Nembutsu teachings. And he was teaching it to people from all walks of life. So then Shinnan goes to where Honen is, and he becomes his disciple. And he studies under Honen Shonin for 6 years. But this Nembutsu teaching is a sort of a new form of Buddhism that started. And it became very popular amongst the common people, amongst the lay people. But it started getting the attention of other Buddhist schools who were very jealous of the popularity. And the other schools petitioned the emperor to ban this heretical teaching. And so when Shinnan was 35 years old, the Nembutsu teaching actually gets banned by the emperor. There's incidents that happen, and I won't go into it here. But it's said that Honen Shonin, Shinnan's teacher, was exiled to the southern island of Shikoku. And Shinnan Shonin, he was exiled to the northern part of Japan, a place called Echigo. And that's where he actually meets his wife, Eshinyi, and they get married. So then, after about 3 years, this ban of the Nembutsu teaching is lifted by the government. And Shinran is free to return to Kyoto, but instead of returning to Kyoto, it said that Shinran and his wife, Eshini, moved to the eastern part of Japan, just north of Tokyo. Okay? And there he spends roughly 20 years. And when he was 53 years old, it said that he begins to write what we call the canon of his work, the true teaching, practice, and attainment of the Pure Land Way. And in this very large piece of work is the chant that we chanted today, the Shoshinge. Okay? And so this chant is seen to be the most important chant in Jodo Shinshu because, of course, it was written by Shinran Shonin. And when we look at the first two lines of this Shoshinge, in Japanese it's Kimyo Muryo Junyo, right? Namo Fukashi Ko. And it basically means take refuge in the Buddha of limitless life and take refuge in the Buddha of limitless light. So this two lines is another way of saying Namo Amida Butsu, taking refuge in the Buddha of limitless life and light. And so Shinran is expressing his deep faith. And so over these 850 years, the followers of Jodo Shinshu Buddhism have also taken refuge in this Buddha. And we today are grateful to be able to receive the teachings ourselves as it has been passed down. And so it is a service of great celebration and joy. And out of gratitude, we put our hands together to recite the name of the Buddha. And so may I ask you again at this point to join me as we express our gratitude. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you. So we will close this service with the singing of Ondok-san. It's on page 307 for those who are here, and I will bring it up on the screen for those who are joining by Zoom. Please be seated. Please join me in Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Oh, stop sharing. So this will conclude our Gotanye service. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us in person, as well as those on Zoom. Thank you for joining us. And again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, and I hope you're able to enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sensei.
Okay.
Thank you very